Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, January 15th, 2026. I am Annika Spalding, the Director of Development here at the Amarillo Little Theater. And this is Thursdays at 3, where I go live every Thursday to get you caught up on what's happening this week at ALT. This season, Thursdays at 3 is very generously sponsored by our good friends over at Realty Central Services. Cindy Bulla is the owner and broker over at Realty Central, and we love them over there. She is a longtime supporter and champion of ALT. Realty Central is a women-owned full-service real estate brokerage with unparalleled customer service backed by decades of experience, industry service, and property rights advocacy. So if you're interested in real estate service and you love ALT, consider heading over to amarillo.realestate and using Realty Central Services. Right off the bat, I want to go ahead and congratulate one of ALT's newest staff members, Nicholas Schaefer, on recently being announced as one of 2 recipients of Brick and Elm's Rising Leader of the Year Award. Brick and Elm recently posted about this. They say, we identified 2 Rising Leader of the Year recipients for our 2026 Brickley Awards. One of them is Nicholas Schaefer. This WTAMU sophomore is a passionate onstage performer at Amarillo Little Theater. Love that. A vocal coach for theater students in AISD high schools and a busy behind-the-scenes volunteer for Amarillo Little Theater Academy. He says, I just want to help where I can and do what needs to be done. This political science major says he credits ALT with helping him find purpose, creativity, and community during a vulnerable point in his upbringing. There is the fantastic picture of our good friend Nicholas, who I am very, very proud to have on staff part-time here at ALT. We recently welcomed him and Anna Bond to our staff, and what lucky people we are to have them on board. Congratulations, Nicholas. We are so proud of you. I know I am not alone in saying that. That post has been shared and shared and shared by your good friends at ALT all throughout our community. So we're very, very proud of you. And if you'd like to attend those Brickley Awards, I believe it says there, yes, they are on February 3rd. If you'd like to attend that banquet, you can find all the information that you need on their social media or on Brick and Elm's website. We are entering into our second and final weekend of The Cottage here at the Alan Schenkel's main stage. And to say audiences are raving would be a complete understatement, and with good reason. This show is amazing. Listen, we could all use a laugh right now, I think, and The Cottage delivers nothing but laughs for 2 straight hours. Let me just tell you, you have only 4 more chances to see this farcical comedy beginning tonight and running through Sunday. And if you saw the show last weekend and want to return, you should have received an email with a discount code that you can use to come back. So make sure to check your email if you've already purchased tickets to see The Cottage if you saw it last weekend. There's a little discount code waiting for you, so go ahead and use that. Call the box office and you can come back. For everyone else, to get your tickets, call the box office. I'll put all that information up here at 806-355-9991, or you can purchase tickets over at our website at amarillo-littletheater.org. Like I said, 4 more chances starting tonight and running through Sunday to see this fantastic, fantastic show. Tonight at 7:30, tomorrow at 7:30, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 2:30. 4 more chances to see it. You do not want to miss this show. We all need a show like this right now, and this cast does an absolutely incredible job of keeping you laughing for 2 hours straight. I promise. I promise. Okay, on Sunday, we hosted early auditions for School of Rock. We're so excited about this show. We auditioned for 4 of the youth characters so that they'll have plenty of time to practice with their instruments and learn the music. Thank you so, so much to everyone who auditioned. And just as a reminder, that cast list for those 4 roles will be posted on our website tomorrow, Friday the 16th at noon. Big, big, big good luck to all of you. So, so excited about that. And then the regular auditions for that show, I believe, will be at some point in March. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, we'll keep you posted here on Thursdays at 3 and on ALT's social media. So be on the lookout for all of that. Also, Academy registration for the spring is in full swing and classes began this past Monday. If you'd like to register and your class has not started yet, then you're still eligible. The day your class begins is your last day to register for that class. So people of all ages, yes, we have adult classes as well. Make sure you sneak in under the wire and get registered for your spring Academy class. Also, the audition packet for the Prince of Egypt for the Academy for their production is now available on the Academy page on our website. You can just head over there to get all the information you need about these auditions. Remember, like I was talking about a second ago, you must be a currently registered Academy student in order to audition for Academy shows. So if you want to be a part of Prince of Egypt, want to audition for that, and have not yet registered for a spring Academy class, hop to it. You don't have any more time. It's running out. It's running out. Okay, let's check out our volunteer opportunities this week here at ALT. This week, We want to thank everyone who helped with ushering and concessions during opening weekend of the cottage. Seriously, thank you so much to everyone who helped with that. It was a fantastic weekend and everyone had a great time. Lissa says we are still in need of volunteers for this weekend. If you're free, come have fun with us and enjoy the show while you're here. If you do want to sign up for that, you can contact our volunteer coordinator, Lissa Guerin, by getting in touch with her at the information you see on your screen if you'd like to help with ushering and concessions. Big, huge thanks to everyone who has helped us out with that. And then immediately following the final matinee on Sunday, strike will begin around 5 p.m. on the 18th at the main stage. That's at 2019 Civic Circle. Since we have a small cast of only 6 people, if you've seen this show, the set is absolutely massive. Those 6 people cannot do this by themselves. We're going to need plenty of extra hands to help tear down the set. So if you're available to volunteer for strike, your help would be hugely appreciated to get the job done quickly and safely. Be sure to wear closed-toed shoes, bring gloves and a drill if you have one. Again, you can't reply to that email because I'm showing it to you on the Thursdays at 3 screen, but you can contact Lissa at the information I just showed you and get signed up for that. We would greatly appreciate it if you would help us out with that. And I will feed you. I will feed you if you come to the strike. If you come to strike on Sunday, we will make sure to have you fed. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. But make sure to get your tickets for the cottage. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. Okay, let's keep things moving because I've got a big interview coming up. So I want to get all this other stuff out of the way. But let's go to my favorite part of the week. It's our volunteer of the week. All right, big congratulations to Jeff Brain. Jeff helped a ton with the set for the cottage and was, for the second year in a row, incredibly helpful with getting us set up for New Year's Eve. If you came to the New Year's Eve gala and you enjoyed the Escape Lounge room, Jeff was instrumental in building the fountain, that water feature in there. He's so incredible. Jeff is a model board member, and we are so, so grateful for all of his help all season long. Congratulations, Jeff Brain. If you know him, let him know he's our volunteer of the week. We're so grateful for Jeff. So, so grateful for you. And let's keep it moving with some breaking Broadway news. All right, this is very exciting. Ariana Grande and Jonathan Bailey are confirmed to star in a new stage production of Stephen Sondheim's legendary musical, Sunday in the Park with George. I believe this is happening on the West End, but it wouldn't surprise me if it moved over to Broadway. So that's very exciting. I love that show, and that music is so good. Also, Eva Noblezada will return to the role of Daisy Buchanan in The Great Gatsby, the role that she originated, joined by Broadway leading man and her real-life husband, Reeve Carney, in the title role. So exciting for them. I love that. I love that they're an actual couple getting to play a couple in the show. That's so great. But you know what? I don't care about all that anymore because I want to chat with these 2 people who are my guests today. Please welcome Director of The Cottage, Cy Scroggins, and cast member Caleb Cordes. Hi, my friends.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to talk to you guys today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang out with us here on Thursdays at 3. Okay, Cy, I want to start with you. Our audiences recently saw you play, what was your character's name in Cuckoo's Nest?
Cheswick.
Yes, and you were so fantastic in that. Right here at the start of our 98th season, which in ALT time may as well have been like 5 years ago. Done so much since Cuckoo's Nest. It feels like such a long time ago. You have, in my opinion, brilliantly directed this highly, highly intricate farce. Can you tell us how you first got involved with ALT and what it was like to direct this piece with this cast?
Oh, so I was actually thinking my first experience with ALT, I think, was teaching junior company with Jason. I taught at Randall for a long time, and he, I've known Jason forever, and he asked me to come teach junior company with him, and I started that, and that's when I started auditioning, and then got to direct. This is my second show to direct now. So,
oh my gosh!
But it's just through teaching. So
wow, that's so great. I mean, any way that people can get involved with ALT, I'm always so grateful. And especially when it comes to directing, it's always so nice to get different perspectives when it comes to directing. I love when we have guest directors. It's so exciting. And what has it been like to direct this cast of brilliant performers with this piece?
Okay, it was honestly a little intimidating at first.
There's a lot of veterans around here.
Some really talented people in this room. Oh my gosh. They were all super receptive and to my suggestions and everything, and like it was so collaborative. It was so like, what's your, they would say, I have this idea. I was like, let's look at it. And, oh yeah, that's great. And then, yeah, it's just been a dream. It really has. It's been a great
that makes me so happy. Well, and so many people were interested in this show. I remember hanging out with you a little bit at auditions, and that was overwhelming to me because there were so many talented people who showed up.
Yeah, the first time I directed an ALT, it was in that August slot.
Yeah.
So auditions were in July, so there wasn't a ton of people at auditions. So this one, I was overwhelmed. There was like, I think there was 28 people that auditioned for
Oh my
six roles. And yeah, and they were great. There was tons of great people and friends of mine. Just tons of awesome people. So I don't think I could have gotten it wrong.
Yeah.
Could have gone a bunch of different ways, but I'm really, really proud of what we got.
You should be. You should be for sure. Caleb, you have been doing shows at ALT for a really long time and then took a break and now you're back. Can you describe your experience with the show and making a return to the ALT stage?
Yeah, it feels like coming home. I went to college in Los Angeles and was there for 12 years. And so moving back year after last, this was one of the first places that I wanted to return to. And it's been so welcoming, just the community and getting to kind of see some, previous family members, but also a lot of new folks that have kind of graced the stage since I've left. And it's just been a really cool opportunity and such an honor to just be welcomed back with open arms.
I love that. That's one of my favorite things about ALT is that it's always going to be like coming home. It's just, we're always here for the people who come and hang out with us and then go off and do other things and come back. I'm so glad that you've made your way back to us and that you got cast in the show because you're so fantastic in it. Caleb, were you also an Academy kid?
I was.
That's what I thought. So it makes me even happier when Academy kids are here as adults. I love that.
It's been very full circle. Actually, Jason and Carrie, who are in the show, were two of my teachers in the Academy.
That's right.
So that was incredible. And getting to be with the Jennies and I was in, supporting roles and things like that in main stage when I was in high school. So now I get to act opposite them has been so much fun. And I got to do Cuckoo's Nest with Sai. So getting in this new capacity has been awesome. And so it's just been such a cool experience.
I'm so glad. Okay, so Sai, last week I spoke with another fantastic actor in your cast, Zach Ohm, about the need for precision with comedic timing for this show and about how material like this sort of demands that its actors pay close attention to each other the entire show. Can you tell us a little bit from your perspective about what rehearsals have been like and how this ensemble works together?
Yeah, I think that's something that's really benefited us is that the respect for each other has been really great. So it's like, I'm going to try this. What do you think if I put, like we had the intimacy. There's a lot of intimacy in the show. And so when Callie came and really helped us like be comfortable touching each other and being, like with Zach and Carrie thinking about and like all their stuff that they have. And it's just been, the respect for each other has just been great. All the actors are very respectful and, open to new ideas. Like I said, it's been really good.
And huge shout out to Callie. That's something back in the day when I was here that we didn't have. So this has been such a cool thing.
Yeah.
That was my first time as a director to work with an intimacy coordinator, and it was awesome. She's really great.
Oh man. The first time I got a chance to work with her was during If Then. And it really changed the level of safety. Obviously, that's its intention. But especially anyone who's even slightly uncomfortable or not uncomfortable with onstage intimacy of any kind, which really runs the spectrum. There's all different kinds of intimacy on stage, but it feels so much safer to have these sort of choreographed, like highly choreographed moments that you can rely on almost like a chart. Like you've got these it really is like a choreographed dance. Like we do this and then we do this. And then the gig is to make it look spontaneous. And so then it becomes less unsafe feeling because you know exactly what's going to happen every single time because you've rehearsed it so much. I really appreciate people like Callie who commit time to doing that. And I'm really glad that theater has kind of moved in that direction just for safety for all of the actors involved.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So many people have said, with the world being what it is right now, as heavy as it is, that this show is perfectly timed for people to enjoy a couple hours of just lighthearted, farcical humor, laughter. Caleb, does it feel that way for the actors too?
Oh my gosh, it
Yeah.
so does. It gives you a chance to just leave everything that's going on in your life behind for
Yeah.
those, 2 hours and fully immerse yourself in these characters. And obviously they have, their own troubles, but we're kind of poking fun at those those troubles.
Right.
That's what's the
Yeah.
whole point of the show. And so it's living in someone else's shoes. And I can't, you guys as actors understand what that feeling's like, but unless you've been on stage, I feel like you can't really fully get what that means and how exhilarating that can feel and just recharging. I go back into my regular life after doing this, and you would think I'd be all worn out, but in reality, I'm like, okay, I feel better about this because I have this outlet to go to.
Right. Right. It's so nice as a performer, and I'm sure this cast has to feel this way because you're providing so much levity for people right now for a couple hours in their day to just sit and not have to think hard, not have to worry about whatever's going on outside of these walls. And it's one thing for the audience to experience that, but then for you guys, and you too, Sai, since you directed it, to be the source of that, like the source of this humor, like to be charged with directing this show, for you guys as performers to be charged with bringing this material to life, and sending these people out differently than how they walked in and in a much better way. What a responsibility. And then what a gift for you to know that you accomplished that, right?
Like, the whole point of theater is to have an effect on people, right? I mean, that's my goal as a theater artist. I want
Yeah.
to have an effect on people.
Right.
And it doesn't always have to be this profound, dramatic, life-changing, just like you said, just to provide the laughter for 2 hours and know that you brighten someone's day, and you whatever troubles they have, they're, I tell a story one time, just an example. I have a friend of mine who came to a show that I directed, and it was a comedy, and she was, afterwards I saw her crying. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a comedy. Why are you crying? And she said that she had brought her mom with her, and her mom had had a stroke. And that was the first time that her mom had laughed since she had her stroke. So it's like, even with these comedies, you just don't know how you're affecting people.
Absolutely.
And I love it. I love the power of theater that's great.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Our friend Michelle says, hello, my fellow castmate. Oh, all three of us have shared the stage with Michelle. That's great.
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm so glad you're here. But oh my gosh, Sai, you're exactly right. And I'm sure, Caleb, for you guys to get to do the receiving line and to hear people coming through the line and complimenting your work and seeing so many, just a sea of joyful faces after working so hard for a couple hours. How's that been for you?
It's been so rewarding, just hearing how much fun everyone has. And this isn't exactly the most known play. So to hear the feedback of, oh, wow, I didn't know what this was going to be like, but I want to come back and see it again.
Right.
Or, this is one of the most fun, entertaining. I laughed the entire way through, these types of comments that you're getting, and just like you said it perfectly, the pure joy on people's faces is just so great.
So great. Okay, Sai, because this is a farce, we kind of touched on this a little bit before, but I'd love for you to elaborate on it. It requires the actors to come to rehearsal with ideas and to be fearless about failing. When it comes to bits that don't work, just keep trying something. And if it fails, that's fine. At least we're, ideas need momentum to kind of solidify themselves. This is a cast of pretty experienced actors for the most part, who I'm sure, like you mentioned before, have brought a ton of ideas. Has it been overwhelming to rein them in, to land on the final product? Like, how has that process been for you as a director?
I mean, I don't think it hasn't been overwhelming because, like I said, the collaborative nature, like they're so receptive to my suggestions. If I say, oh, that's funny, but that's a little too much, or
Yeah.
take that, but don't take that any further because it's overplay. Like things like that. They've been super receptive to. I have to say, the cast too. One of the biggest challenges is the lines because it's
Uh,
so wordy, right?
yes.
It's so wordy, and there's so much depending on, like you said, on that timing.
Yeah.
It's got to be just click along, and so
Right.
it really, like, just the cast getting the scripts out of their hands was a huge accomplishment
Oh
because
my gosh.
so many lines, and then having to say in rapid fire pace. It was just, that was a huge challenge, but like you said, the veterans, they pulled through. It was awesome.
I mean,
And some of those lines are like almost repetitive, but
yeah.
switching one or two words,
Oh,
or
the worst.
it's just like, I feel like I've already said this.
Wait, which one is this?
Exactly. Where am I at now?
Yeah. Oh man. But I mean, you guys really nailed the timing when it came to someone exiting, someone entering, all of the mothers, the look to, like, no one missed. No one missed. I mean, everything was so choreographed but spontaneous at the same, like, it didn't feel like I'm watching this overly rehearsed. I feel like shows like this without the precision of the cast and the eye of the director being able to edit and kind of hone things in, it could get real clunky real fast. And I think I was talking about this with Jason at some point. If the audience gets ahead of you, you're screwed, and that never ever happened, certainly not for me sitting in the audience. And I read this, but it was like a year ago. And so everything felt so fresh. I mean, everything from the gorgeous, stunning set. Can we talk about this
Gosh,
set?
that set.
The set. Velvet Knight did the dressing for it. Of course, it helps that she's an interior designer. Thank you, Velvet, for that. Yeah. Noah and the tech team, David Walsh's design, the lighting, it was just, I've been here every single day watching it be built from nothing, and walking in as an audience member, kind of being able to take off one hat and put on another one. I felt just as in awe as if I had never been in this building for the last several months. It was so fantastic. I'm wondering for you guys coming in throughout the rehearsal process, because we know how it is. Like, every time you come in for rehearsal, there's something else that's new.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, thank God we get to rehearse on this tonight instead of just like some chairs in the formation of what it's supposed to be. Was that, I mean, obviously it's helpful, but was it sort of awe-inspiring for you guys to see another way of seeing like what ALT is capable of doing?
I mean, when David sent me the initial drawings, I was just like my mouth just fell open. I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And
yeah,
I couldn't believe it. And we talked through the whole process, and that was really cool to see him tweak things and change things for the process. One thing that was challenging for us is this is going to sound kind of simple, but the way the doors swing, like, just because of the timing of the in and out and things like that, like it was, and then I think the front door was the opposite way that we thought that it was going to be when actually we got the door open. So just little things like that, but that set is, God, it's just a character unto itself. It's just amazing.
It is. It is. And such a prop heavy show too. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but just things hidden all over the set, and the way that you guys the way that you handled some of these I'm trying to say things without giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Just some of the reveals, that the way that you directed the reveals, the way that some of the props are used in an innuendo-like fashion. It's just, everything just felt like, especially Sai, like you knew how to handle the waves. Like where someone realizes something that's so funny, and then the wave of like the second thing that happens, like the timing of those things was just right for me. And the costumes, Dakota did such a great job. Dakota Warren was our costume coordinator for this show. I just feel like the costumes this takes place in 1923, right? Yep. So we're in a period style costume scenario. The costumes were wonderful. It felt like the actors could really move in the pieces that they had on.
And the wigs. Can we talk about the wigs for a second?
Wigs. Oh my gosh. Ginny Morgan in that blonde wig. I was like, if you ever want to go blonde, you can.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning. And the accents, I mean, it really, I really felt in it. I mean, from the moment the lights came up, I was just absolutely in it. But that only happens if the actors are committed to what they're doing. It takes that full commitment, and that definitely happened. Caleb, I want to know from you, especially as long as you've been involved at ALT, why is a community theater like ALT important in a city like Amarillo?
Oh my gosh. It gives you escape, and it breaks down kind of the mundane of life. And it's so different. The talent in Amarillo, for the size of what Amarillo is, like, these are people that I feel like could be working professionally. And it's just such a cool, it takes a village. I say that every time, like the people behind the scenes and the people on stage. And like you mentioned, like from casting, like I did not envy Cy whatsoever. I feel like he had the hardest decision ever. And that's just a testament to like what has been built at ALT. Like, people just genuinely want to be here. It's the place to be. And it's such an incredible experience. I can only speak highly of it. And it's different than like going to see a movie, like one of the only things to do in Amarillo sometimes. So this is like a live movie. It's even better. It's just something different that you don't always get to experience.
Absolutely. And Cy, you probably have something to say on this, being involved with AISD, but it feels to me like everything is sort of leaning more toward, this. Everything feels like we're leaning more and more toward isolating ourselves and insulating ourselves, and having a place like ALT where you're physically required, whether as an audience member or a performer or helping backstage or whatever, to be physically present in a building, working toward a common goal with people you might not otherwise have ever known in your life through any other arena, coming together and doing something as a community. How important would you say that is in 2026?
I mean, I think it's so important for the people involved and for the audience. It's just important to have human interaction. And we do, like you said, we get very isolated. It doesn't matter what size of community you're in. If you're not involved in things, you get very isolated.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for the friends that I've made from ALT. Shannon Mashburn is the assistant director on this, and she is a amazing comedic director herself. Her shows that are comedies that I've seen are just mind-blowing good. Like, we're so good. So I've been really, so she's a good friend. And then Shelby McCown, who's the stage manager, we work together at Randall. But it's a great to see these people, to work with them, but really call them friends too. It's a really awesome environment to be working in.
I agree. Yeah. And I have to say, as a staff member day to day, I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Very lucky to be a part of this community.
And lifelong friends too. Like you said, I had been away for a decade, and I still have some great friends from when I was here in high school. That's I would have never had that if I hadn't have been here, Right.
And then and to that point, Caleb, I feel like, when you've worked on shows at ALT, it's sort of like a sibling, how like your sibling is the only other person who knows what it was like being in childhood with you. It's sort of like that at ALT, where like you can go off and do other things, and it's easy to come back to these friendships because you've all experienced this very specific rehearsal process, production process at ALT. Like, everybody kind of knows, we change and evolve, but essentially, it's home. It's the same in a lot of ways. And I definitely feel like that. Like, other people who've experienced ALT just get it in a way that other people can't.
Hard to describe.
Hard to describe. Yeah, exactly. But then also having the ability to put on plays and musicals like we do here, and bring communities that we're performing onto the stage and exposing audiences to the types of people who they might not be around all the time, lifestyles they might not typically understand, storylines that they wouldn't have ever given thought to had they not. It's another aspect of bringing another type of
culture. You're getting more culture.
Sure, absolutely. And exposing people to other ways of living, other ways of communicating, that might not be exactly like yours, but are okay and celebrated and, put on stage in front of you so you can sort of get a feel in real life of what it's like. I love that about theater. Absolutely love it. Michelle says, I'm glad I became friends with you guys. Turkle loves you guys.
Turkle is his character in Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay, I want you guys to tell me, why should audiences get tickets for the final weekend of The Cottage? Remember, 4 more chances.
Right. You said it there. Like this is one of the funniest shows that you could imagine, and you're going to be really bummed if you miss it. So
it's so true. The pictures are beautiful, but they don't do the show itself justice. It's not enough. You've got to actually experience.
And so many fun reveals. Like it's just
the reveals
on itself. And so you will not have a bad time, guaranteed.
For sure. We talked about this a little bit last week, but that sometimes audiences in Amarillo really love the titles that they know, the Frozen and the Cuckoo's Nest and the Misery, and the titles that they've seen the movie or they've read the book or whatever. Why is it so important for them to take a chance on a show like The Cottage, Si?
I mean, when I first read it, I didn't know the show when I first read it. And when I first read it, I couldn't stop laughing just reading it. Like the playwright is the same one. I know we've talked about this, but she also wrote Clue.
Yeah.
So I mean, she does have some really hit titles, but I feel like you're gonna miss out if you don't see this. Give it a chance because you will not be disappointed. I mean, Jason talks about it on Broadway, and it works. It didn't work as well on Broadway, but it works so much better in a regional setting. I totally agree. I just think this play for this size theater is perfect, and and also the adventure space itself feels a little intimate, as a theater. It's not as big as a Broadway house, it feels more intimate. And I think that brings you into the show a little bit more and lets you experience it closer than you would if you were seeing it in a huge Broadway house. I don't know. Like Caleb said, the talent in the show, like these people could be professional actors. They really could. They're just great.
There's so much talent on the stage, and we're so proud of the talent we have here at ALT. And, it really is amazing the level of talent in Amarillo, Texas, given its size. And the fact that we're just kind of out here in the middle of the Panhandle, being able to put on 8 shows a season, 11 if you include the Academy. 30,000 plus patrons a season are seeing these shows, which means that's why we're here for almost 100 years, because we've got so much community support, both the people in our community who participate with us or who come and see our shows, but then the outer community who is just buying tickets to see shows. They don't know anybody in the building and they're just coming to check it out. We're hoping that grows and grows and grows as we get closer to our 100th year.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. I can't believe we're so close. Is there anything else you guys want our audiences to know before we head out for the day about your amazing, hilarious show?
I would just say, don't miss it. It's not one you don't want to miss. I would be upset if I missed the show. And I think I want to get the word out that you're going to have a great time. And it's something special on that stage. It really is. This show and this cast is very special. This group of people putting on really great, and it's definitely an awesome experience.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Magic. We feel it. The audience feel it. Not all the shows are like that. So this is a special one for sure.
Well, and I just, as a member of the staff of ALT, I just want to thank both of you for the time and dedication you've given. This is one of those shows that had to be rehearsed over the holidays. That's a huge time commitment, with everything that goes on in December and January in people's lives. So I'm personally grateful to you guys, and just for your commitment, Caleb, your commitment on stage. stage, Cy, your commitment off stage, directing these actors, giving Jason a breather from directing. We always love that around here when Jason has a little bit of time to get to perform in a show. That I know that's so exciting for him, to get to have his outlet that he loves so much back. And I just want to congratulate both of you on a tremendous show. I'm so proud of it for you guys and for ALT. And it's so exciting as someone who really appreciates and loves theater to sit in our audience as an audience member and feel, not feel like, okay, well, okay. I appreciate that so much, just getting to sit and enjoy and know that people are in the driver's seat and they are totally good. And you guys have done a tremendous job with the show. And that's not an easy task. That I personally feel like comedies are more difficult than dramas.
For sure. Yes.
Way more difficult to pull off. And you really can't fake it in a comedy at all. You really have to be committed. And everything sort of needs to be rooted in the genuine reality of the character, which is really, really hard to do. And you guys really pulled it off. So I just want to congratulate you guys so much and wish you so many broken legs for the next 4 performances.
I love it.
Can't believe there's only 4 left. It's been a ride. It's been amazing.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you guys. I hope all of you out there get your tickets. If you already saw the show, once again, check your email. There's a coupon code for you to come back if you want to come back and see these brilliant actors again, which I think would be a great idea because there's so much happening. You may be looking over here, but there's something going on over here that you missed the first time. If you know people who didn't get to see it and you want to bring them to come see it, please do. And support the theater as we get closer to our 100th season. And if you're able to help with Strike on Sunday, again, about 5 o'clock, this set is absolutely huge, 2-story house set. It's going to be a big old Strike. I promise we will feed you. It's going to be really good food too. So don't miss out on Strike. Guys, that is it for Thursdays at 3 today. I want to thank again, Cy and Caleb so much for taking time out of your day to join us. Break all the legs, like I said, on your final 4 performances, and y'all do not miss your chance to see The Cottage. It is so fantastic. And y'all have a great weekend. Thanks so much for chatting with me.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys.